Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 2 of Direwolf20's Enigmatica Let's Play series, where I am running out of my mining cave. If you look on my map, you will see I've been mining for quite a while. Luckily, Vein Miner does make it easier. Unluckily, I've run out of osmium, so I'm heading back up. Also, inventory space is rapidly becoming a problem, but that's pretty common for any kind of a Dire series. But I got a decent amount of diamonds from mining down here, which is exciting because I should be able to rapidly this episode get a mining laser up and running. They do require a decent amount of diamonds, but it's also a really fun and cool way to mine, if I do say so myself, because I happen to be the mod author of mining gadgets. So I didn't play with this at all in my last Let's Play series, so I'm looking forward to playing with it on this one. That's basically what it comes down to. So let's see, I've got a bunch of resources, as you can see here. I made sure to grab all the materials I thought would be useful. Wow, look at that. Not bad. Not bad at all. Picked up a bunch of junk as well down there. That looks all good. I've got one of these things, the geode from Tetra. Looking good. Cool. Definitely need a new pickaxe at some point. We'll figure out what I want to do with that. But I think first thing I want to do is play with mining gadgets. But in order to do that, we're also going to need to charge our gadget, right? Like that's 100% going to be a thing that we need to do. So aside from mining, we're going to need to charge the mining gadget. That's going to be an important task. So what should we do for power gen? Should we go... We could check out power, because it's been a while. I didn't play with that at all in my Let's Play series. I played with it a few times on Forgecraft, but that might not be a bad way to go, just to check out. There's some nice early game ways to generate power with the power mod, and it's a little bit different from what I've done in the past. You know me, I like to, when I start a new series, delve into things that I haven't delved into in a while, right? So let's just look real quick. So there's generators from immersive, industrial foregoing style generators. Yeah, and then there's power stuff, obviously. So there's a few things we can get into. Well, that's cool. Supplementaries. There's a lot of mods. There's 307 mods in this pack. There's a ton of stuff to kind of get a feel for. But I think power might be the way I want to go. Yeah, let's consider that. So there's basic tier stuff that I can get, and then in order to get into hardened tier, we're going to need to do the energizing process, which will be, you know, either copper or iron with gold combination. All right, and that's the whole energizing rod and energizing orb and that process, right? Then there's cables, there's gates. I don't know exactly what gates do, I forget, but they require an ender core. So they might be some kind of teleporty type of deal. I forget what those are all about. And then the different generators. So these are energy cells. And then there's ender cells, which I think are like, you know, wireless transfer of power. Energy cables, ender gates. I think these are, you know, standard cables and maybe teleporty kind of power. The energizing rods are used for crafting. And then there's different generators. So there's the Furnator, which generates power from coal. And I think if we look at the usages of this, will it tell me? Maybe not. I don't know. And then there's the Magmator, which generates power from lava. And then there's the Thermogenerator. Heat sources generate power from adjacent heat sources, I guess. That's cool. Blaze lanterns, fire coral. Neat. That looks pretty cool. And then there's the solar panels and the reactors. And reactors use uranium. Awesome. That looks cool. And then player transmitter will charge items in your inventory, which might make sense for my mining gadget needs. Energy hoppers look interesting. Energy discharger. I think that'll drain items that have power stored on them, maybe. Uraninite, yeah, that's the stuff. There's a manual, so that's cool if we want to get into more details about all the nuances of it. Some batteries, some binding cards for dimensional transfer of stuff, and some other resources. So I think that's the plan. Let's do that. I would also like to look into ore doubling, but I don't know how that works, given that we've got iron chunks here. So what's the process? We can hammer it into iron dust. Let's see, what do we got here? What do these iron chunks turn into? Like, how does this work? Will me doing fortune yield like the good stuff. So chemical dissolution chamber is a thing, right? So mechanism is definitely one approach. So enrichment chambers turn iron chunks into 2 iron dusts. All right, so your standard ore doubling process will work. So the iron chunks, number one, I'm curious if this is affected by fortune, right? And number two, if it is, that's kind of cool because you'll get lots and lots of resources. But yeah, pulverizer, standard stuff, induction smelter, all that good, all these good things. So basically, iron chunks probably exist because there's so many types of stone underground. So there's like marble iron ore, there's stone iron ore, there's jasper iron ore, like basically every type of stone. There's limestone iron ore, right? You know, all these types of stone I've found iron in. So rather than having 4 different types of iron in my inventory, it unifies it so there's only 1 iron drop that occurs. And that's very useful. That's very, very useful. All right, so let's do this. Oh, good, more osmium. That's absolutely what I needed, actually. Glad to have you, sir. Perfect. So let's do this. Let's start with getting a basic setup of power, a mining gadget, and then we'll get into ore doubling. And I'm not sure what route we'll go, either mechanism or thermal. We'll figure it out. And then we'll go from there. Sound cool? Do you think these villagers would mind if I borrowed a bed? I'm just wondering. All right, respawn point set. Nice. Just needed to borrow because I'm planning ahead for some things that I want to do. And having a bed in my base will probably be very, very handy. I'm just saying. That would be nice. All right, so I'm smelting up a bunch of iron. I know I'm also going to need some gold. It's funny how I have like more gold than iron at the moment, but probably just based on where I'm mining. Lots of redstone, though, which will be handy for my mining gadget. So let's start with the Furnators. And I want a basic one because we won't be able to make hardened ones until we upgrade a little bit. So let's get into power. I'm going to do some basic energy cables, basic energy cell, and a basic Furnator. And that'll be a good start. And then we'll probably also want an energizing orb and an energizing rod, also basic tier. And I might want solar panels, we'll see. And we'll get into some more advanced stuff later. And the wrench, we might need a wrench. I don't know if we need a wrench. But dielectric paste is going to be a big part of this. So we're going to need some lava buckets, actually, and some clay. And this says bitumen, but it is ore dictionaried with coal or charcoal. So those are both options that we can get to get ourselves a decent amount of dielectric paste. What I wouldn't mind is a tank. So what kind of tanks? We could use basic fluid tanks. They can hold 14 buckets. That seems pretty fair. Okay, I like that. So give me you and some redstone and some more of you. And let's get buckets, and then let's get a tank. The basic mechanism tank will do. I'm going to go fill this up with lava. And what else are we going to want here? So that's a cultism. That looks like a seed of some kind, so I'm going to stick that in there. Are you done smelting my iron? Not yet, but I want some gold sooner than later, so let me get that cooking. I'm going to put these resources away for the time being. Well, I might hang on to some of these. You know what else I want? Is armor. Before I forget, because I will forget. Let's get some proper armor here. You know, I'll leave the gold armor for a bit, but the other two definitely. And as I get more osmium, I will clearly replace those too. All right, cool. What else? Let me go get the lava that I'm going to need, and then we're also going to have to find some clay, because I don't know that I've found any of that yet, but I know where there's some lava. I've encountered, obviously, quite a bit of it down here in my mining caves. I believe there's some actually just to the left here. Perfect, I was right about that. Nice. And a little bit more osmium would be nice, just so I can have a full suit of osmium armor. That's always... Osmium's like a really good early game metal. It's better than iron. I don't think it's quite as good as diamond, but it's pretty close. Okay. Healthy amount of lava coming in here. Are those diamonds? Why, yes, sir, they are, Direwolf said to himself, very excited to have found diamonds. Always exciting to find diamonds. Thank you very much. We have to be a little bit careful, obviously. I'm not going to vein mine this because I don't know if there's lava underneath the diamonds and I don't want them to fall into it. Okay. I mean, the coal's also exciting, but I'm more excited for diamonds. Especially this early on, you can't ignore a diamond vein. You can't be like, ah, whatever, I won't get that. No, you have to. It's like the law. The law of Minecraft. You see diamonds, you mine them. That was not bad. That was an 8. That was an 8 node. That's about as big as they generally get. Sweet. And I'm gonna grab the coal too, because I am absolutely gonna need that. Because we're about to make a generator that runs on coal. So having coal seems logical. Alright, back in a minute once I climb out of my cave. So I'm checking out this recipe for wheat dough that I can smelt into bread. Rather than crafting it this way, if we had a bucket of water, that could be cool. I want to make sure I've got my redstone on me. And yeah, I'll snag some gold. I'm going to grab 2 buckets of water while I'm out and about in the world. But remember there was a river? Who suspects there might be clay over by that river? I do. And by the way, what kind of yellowish looking tree is this? Because that looks neat. Those are sunny blossom leaves from Quark. Nice. That's neat. See, I'm just going to head do... What is this stuff? Cascading archwood logs from Ars Nouveau. Clearly a lot of this world to explore. Very clearly. But it's easier to explore the world when you've teched up a little bit. Jetpacks are a thing. Jetpacks are very much a thing. So first things first, a couple buckets of water. And look what I already stumbled upon. Is this? Yeah, it is. It's definitely clay. Let me make sure that we're in shapeless vein mine. And would you look at that? Clay for days. That is awesome. Oh my goodness, that is very much clay for days. And there's more to that clay. But no, I think I got enough clay. I think we're good. I think we're good. I didn't even collect all the clay, but that's fine. Birch bee nest. Grass bee nest. Interesting. A little bit of fish going on here. I wouldn't mind some fish. A pike. Is he carrying a fish in his mouth? Because that's kind of cool. That's neat. Perch. Yes, please. I got a dark trinket. Neat. What's that do? We're going to figure that out in a sec. I just want the rest of this fish. Because food. Food good. Tobiko. That's cool. Oh, it's like a sushi mod. That's like right up my alley. You guys have no idea. Well, some of you have an idea. That's cool, though. I like that. A sushi kind of mod? Yeah, that's what's up. Tobiko. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna kill a few more fish, just because hungry, and back in a minute. By the way, you can totally combine these 2 Tobiko things into, like, a bigger one, which is cool. I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know that's a thing that you can totally do. Sweet. So can I just eat that? Is that what's up? Can I just eat that? Aluminum. Okay. Hold shift for sushi effect. Multiplies time by 1.5. Do I use... Oh, Sushi Go Craft. Oh, that's cool. Okay. That's neat. You can make sushi rolls? Oh, look at that. That looks cool. We're gonna have to. You guys know that, right? Like, we're gonna have to check that out. 100% need to check that out. All right, getting dark, heading towards base. If anything interesting happens, I'll let you know. All right, I went outside hunting for a little bit. Monsters not a problem. Those flowers, big problem. Oh, check out this, a gazelle. That's cool. That looks neat. All right, I got you. I got you. Dude, check this out. Are these elephants and ostriches? Or something along those lines? Emus and elephants. That was close. That's awesome. Definitely some kind of animal mod in this pack for sure. Don't mind me, just hunting for a specific type of mob. Found what I was looking for. Boo, no ender pearl. Boo, bad enderman. All right, let's get the basics up and running. So step 1, Furnator. We're going to need some basic capacitors. Oh, we're also going to, well, iron or copper, apparently. That's cool. Iron or copper for this. So iron, definitely. Because I think that's what we have more of. I think that's what we have more of. I'm going to get back to smelting some more iron. And we're going to pretty quickly, I'm not going to bother with a blast furnace, I don't think, because we're going to pretty quickly transition to the phase where we're going to have automated smelting and stuff. So we'll get to that, obviously, but first things first. So we're going to need basic capacitors. We're going to need dielectric paste for that. We're also going to need dielectric casings, which needs dielectric rods, which needs iron bars and more dielectric paste. So we're going to need a bunch of this, right, is essentially what it boils down to. So let me get a bunch of my clay and a bunch of my coal, and then I've got my lava tank ready to assist me here. And what I might do is something along these lines. You can just chill here for the moment, because I know I'm going to need you in a pretty copious amount. Cool. So energy dudes, dielectric paste, 1, 2, 3 sets of those just to start off. And then we should be good to go with some dielectric rods. We're going to need some of you. And these guys can convert between horizontal and not, so that's kind of nice. Yeah, why not? Let's just get a bunch. Sure. I have no idea. I know we're going to need a decent amount of this stuff. That's pretty much what I remember from playing this mod in the past, right? So basic capacitors, we're going to need a handful of redstone blocks. Let me make sure I just have a bunch of redstone on me. Okay. And so some basic capacitors are pretty low level. And then we're also going to need some of the vertical versions of these. So I'm going to get 16-ish. Sound good? And then for the Fernader, just get a couple dielectric casings for now, because I'm pretty sure, like I said, do I still have more iron? I'm out of iron already. That can't possibly be true. Can it? No. Oh, we need a blast furnace. Okay, so we do need some of that. So let's smelt up some smooth stone if we can. Do I even have any cobblestone? I may not. Believe it or not, I may not have cobblestone. I don't know if that's the biome I'm in or what, but cobblestone is like a rare commodity around here. Which is kind of funny. I'm going to head out to that river real fast and just see if there's any cobble. Yeah, there is. Oh, by the way, the trinket. I forgot about that. Dark Egg. Summoning some friends to fight for you when you are under attack. Rarity epic. Okay. So I just click it, and then that's it. So I hit R, I choose, or I can remove. Okay, that's cool. So I guess when I'm under attack, some friends will come help. I'm all about friends. Yes, please to friends. All right, so blast furnace check. Fernader check. Sweet. All right, so this thing, as I recall, we just doot, and we put coal in it, and it's got a bit of carbon in there. And what's neat, what I remember about this mod that I really, really liked, is that it has a little buffer of carbon that it drains from as it's charging. So you'll never waste coal, for example. So watch what happens is once this internal buffer fills up, it's going to stop consuming this carbon, which means that we're not wasting the coal. How cool is that? Very nice. It has a slot to charge, so if we wanted to, we could go ahead and just charge our items directly in the Furnator, but I'd rather have a power thingy. And then there's, you can also configure the sides, you know, to import or export power, right? So obviously importing power into this block doesn't make sense, but for the next block we're about to make, it will, which is the energy cell, right? So this guy, easy peasy now, boop, pop that down. He's going to store 1,000,000 RF, right? which is great. And that seems pretty cool. Now, each tier of Furnator is going to generate more RF a tick. So you can see here, and be able to store more, right? So how much it generates and how much it can store is going to increase as we increase the tiers. Cool. So your sidedness will be all our receiving or extracting mode. So he can accept or receive energy from either side. That works for me. What I might want to do is give myself a little bit more headroom up here. There's so many niceties that you get used to that when you're early game, you very much miss. Like a magnet. I miss having a magnet. I'm sure there's a simple magnet I can make. And I probably will. Right? But, you know, we'll get there. Ooh, it looks like it's night time out. And I see an Enderman on the map. I have to. I need to do this. Don't mind me. I see the Enderman on the map. I'm just trying to figure out where exactly he is. Wasn't there an Enderman on the map over here? Hey, look! It worked! It worked! They're helping! I have friends! That is cool. I wonder how frequently that can fire. That is awesome! Hello, friends. Yes, please. Now, where's that Enderman that I need to shut down? He might be underground? Wow, am I out of torches already? I might be. I've been doing a lot of mining. So there was definitely an undergroundy area here, but no idea where those were. That's a lot of friends, by the way. I am just saying. Hey, look, they spawned again. That's awesome. That's very cool. I'm very enjoying that. Yeah, I really wish I knew where this Enderman was. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna dig down a little bit further. Haha! Found him. Found him! Don't mind me. Oh, boo! No Ender Pearl again. Rip. Rip. Alright, so it looks like we're getting a lot of power here stored up, which is awesome. Because that's going to be super helpful for me in about a minute. Let's smelt up some more of you. Put this stuff away if I can. You're just going to wind up being an extra chest for storing stuff like this. Cool. If I see any more Endermen pop up on the map, I might run out to kill them. I'm just letting you guys know that that's what's going to happen. Let's real quick, just because I want to tech up in power a little bit, let's make an energizing orb. So that's going to need some glass. Can this arid sand be smelted into glass? Why, yes, Direwolf, it absolutely can. How great is that? All right, and then we're also going to need an energizing rod, maybe a couple. So let's get 3 energizing rods. I remember wanting many of these. I remember that being useful. Oh, we need a block of quartz. Oh, so we're not going to be doing this until we go to the end. We got to go, or not the end, the nether, obviously. Yeah, definitely needs to go to the nether. So, never mind on that. That's going to be in a minute. Let's put, do I still have a chest in here-ish? No. Let's put a chest next to this for now. And you're going to store all my stuff that relates to that mod. Cool? Perfect. Alright, so now I think we can make our mining laser. Because that's... yes, it's time. So let's see. Man, look at all the diamonds I have. I'm very excited by that. You have no idea. So I want all these things, basically. And we should be good for mining gadgets. So there's 3 different lasers we can make, and the only difference between these is how they look, is their visual appearance, right? So there's the Mark 1 laser, there's the Mark 2 laser, and then there's the Mark 3 laser. I think I'm going to try the Mark 3 one, just because it looks neat. So in order to make this, we need a blank upgrade module, which is going to need some glass, which luckily I started making glass. So we should be able to get this going. And mining laser Mark 3 is definitely what we're going to make. So one of you. And mining laser Mark III. Beautiful. Check this bad boy out. Oh, that is cool. How cool does that look, huh? They're just 3 different models because a couple, cool models came in and I like them all. So that's what we did. So I'm going to charge this bad boy up. Oh, yes. Very cool. And while that's charging, I'm going to real quick make a modification station, which shouldn't be too bad to make. I might need more iron. I'm surprised. Like, I feel like I got a lot of iron while I was mining, but maybe I'm making that up and I didn't get as much as I thought. Because I feel like I'm lower on iron than I would expect. But that's okay. We can always snag some more. Right? Can't hurt. Okay. So you're cooking up. I need 1 more of you. And then we can make our modification station. Perfect. Quest completed. All right, look at that. I forgot we had quests. It's one of those things that I forgot happened. Tools and armor. Nice. It's letting me know where these quests are. Click to collect all rewards, but that's cool. So I can get the Light Placer upgrade for free and the Scavenger's Delight. Whatever that is. Heart of the Sea from Minecraft. Okay, cool. I guess it gave me a random item. That's cool. Sweet. All right. Oh, I got some leather as well. Not bad. I assume that came from that. But the Light Placer upgrade is going to be nice. That'll be a cool upgrade to have, and it'll save me making one of those, right? So my mining gadget is ready to go. So here's how he works. First off, you can shift right-click him, I thought. Oh, it's a hotkey now. Shift G. Cool. Today I learned. So there's some setting changes we can apply, but most of these you need to add upgrades in order to be able to modify. So for example, the size. By default, it can only mine a 1x1. We will get an upgrade that allows it to mine a 3x3, and then we can change that with this setting. You can also increase the range. By default, it's only 5, but it can go up a lot higher. There's also some visual settings we can change. We can change the color of the beams that are going to fire and what effect happens when we break blocks. So let's just demonstrate how this thing works, right? Wherever you're looking, you'll see what block is going to be broken by this nice little overlay that you see. And then if we hold right-click here... Woo. So that's the shrink effect, okay? We can change that to be fade, and then the blocks will fade out rather than shrinking. Huzzah! And if you want to change the beam color, you can easily do that with the visuals. So if I wanted it to be like something like this, which is pretty cool. Yeah! How neat is that, huh? Pretty neat. I think so, at least. So there's a lot of upgrades we can apply to this thing, right? I think I personally like shrinking better than fading, but you guys can tell me what you think. See, shrinking is cool. Can't go wrong with the shrinking. So that's awesome. Let me fill this guy up a little bit more. Nice. Alright. So let's clean up inventory for a quick second. Let's get some upgrades because those are going to be important. So one of the first upgrades I'm going to install is the one we just got for free. So if we put our mining gadget in the left here, you can shift click or insert from your slots or drop upgrades onto the screen. Click upgrade to remove. So the first one I'll install is the Light Placer upgrade. Cool. And what that does, and if we shift G, we can see it's enabled at the moment. The Light Placer upgrade is anytime you're mining, if it's dark where you're mining, it will place a torch automatically for you. So that little, this little guy right here is the miner's light from Mining Gadgets. You can click it to remove it, but it's just a nice little way to keep the area well lit. Cool. So just as you mine, it'll automatically place them as needed. And if you're mining in a 3x3 mode, it places them a little bit better. But in a 1x1, there's a limited amount of places it can go, so it just goes where it can fit. But I want to quickly get a couple things. I'd really like to get 3x3 mode, like, as soon as possible. That requires a couple ender pearls. Now you know why I've been working towards getting ender pearls. I'm gonna probably, like, hunt enderman at the next night. But fortune would be nice to have. Now, the thing to note is that with each of these upgrades that you apply, some of them cost RF every time the upgrade is triggered. So, for example, the light placer. Every time a light is created, it costs 100 RF for that to occur, right? Other upgrades apply no matter what, and that's the upgrade cost here. So, for example, Tier 1 will always cost a little bit more RF every time you mine, whether or not Fortune is applied. So even if you're mining cobblestone, like, yes, it's going to cost more RF, even though Fortune doesn't get triggered. So some of these upgrades cost more than others, and you can see the total cost by holding Shift. You can see the per block mining cost. So at the moment, it costs 200 RF to mine a block with the mining gadget. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a Fortune Tier 1 upgrade, which will be a good time. And we're going to need some blocks of iron, too. My goodness, we need a lot of iron for this stuff, don't we? Yes, sir, we do. Yes, sir, we do. Might need to find some more iron. Was that a little bit of iron right there? By a little bit, the answer is yes. A very little bit of iron, actually. But that's cool. This is tin. That's fine. I wonder if there's like a way to see what the ore distribution is. Like what Y levels you can find it at. Spawns in overworld, min and max. Alright, well that's cool. All biomes, harvesting ores with soul touch, enchanted tool will always drop a chunk. Cool. Oh, cool. You can turn it into the block ore variant by using the stone cutter. Neat. That's cool. All right, good to know. So let's mine for a few seconds using my handy-dandy mining gadget, which will very much improve as we do some stuff. Sweet. And then we can totally mine the iron ore, if we wish, with the mining gadget, which we will probably want to do. I'm going to find out if Fortune applies, and that'll be an important thing to learn. Or we can just vein mine for now. There is no vein miner upgrade on the mining gadget. There's a few specific upgrades. Oh, bitumen. Sweet. That is a thing you can find underground. There's a few upgrades I've chosen not to apply because this... One of the benefits of the mining gadget is that it, works at a distance, right? It has some range to it. So I don't want it to be too OP, if you know what I mean. Excellent. Alright, heading back to the base with a little bit more iron. Yeah, 18, not bad. Alright, so I'm going to upgrade this guy to Fortune Tier 1 now by inserting this into here. And if you ever want to turn it off, you very much can by just turning it off. And then it won't cost more RF. So see, 200 RF per block upgrade. And then if we turn this on, he will be 230 RF per block. So as you add upgrades to the mining laser, it's going to cost more RF in order to mine. Just keep that in mind. It eventually gets relatively expensive, but not terribly so. Alright, so that's pretty cool. Now, if I wanted that upgrade to be a Mark II, I need a couple blocks of gold and a couple more lapis blocks. I can immediately do that. So what I'm going to do is remove my upgrade, and we're going to make the Mark II here happen. Perfect. And the Mark III is only going to need a couple diamonds. So already, that is cool. That is actually, I'm very excited about that. We had just enough lapis to pull that off, which is awesome. Which is awesome in my opinion. And that was also a quest, which is neat. So that's going to be Miner's Delight. Oh my goodness, what is all this stuff I just got? What is all this stuff I just got? A bunch of chunks is what I got. A bunch of chunks of junk. Junky chunks. I got diamond chunks though. That's cool. What do I do with them? I can hammer them into diamond dust. I can combine them into a diamond cluster. I can smelt them directly into diamonds. Awesome. That's neat. That's neat. Okay. Not bad at all. Ooh, and I got Refined Obsidian Paxel. Efficiency 5, Unbreaking 6. No, 4. Mending, and Fortune 3. Wow. That's cool. Refined Obsidian Paxel. Man, that's like a ridiculous mining tool. I like, because that's a pickaxe and an axe and all the things, and a shovel, and that's every tool, right? Yes, please. I will absolutely take that. And what I would say is I don't need a shovel or an axe anymore. So now my mining gadget can permanently stay on slot 4. That's awesome. So what I want to do now is figure out, does iron get affected by fortune? Right? Because I've got Fortune 3, and we can demonstrate that because I have no coal in my inventory. When I mine this coal block, I got 3 coal. Right? And the regular rules of Fortune apply. It's the exact same calculation as vanilla. So, you know, you've got a chance of getting 1, you've got a chance of getting more or less. Now that gave me 1 tin chunk. That gave me 1 tin chunk. That gave me 1 tin chunk. That gave me 1 copper. So it doesn't look like Fortune applies here, right? That's what it looks like to me, that Fortune does not apply. Good to know. Alright, so I think what we should do here is, and I mean, this thing has Fortune on it, so that's pretty awesome. And the Unbreaking is pretty cool, too. Right? Unbreaking 4. That's a ridiculous mining tool. That is very, very good. I like that a lot, actually. Alright, so the biggest thing that I'm going to want now is to find an Enderman and get some Ender Pearls. And I think I'm going to do that between episodes. So how about we wrap up the episode here. We'll come back next time. We will look for some Endermen. And hopefully I'll get some Ender Pearls. I might also want... There's a trash can upgrade. Yeah, Void Junk upgrade. That also requires a couple Ender Pearls. So ideally I will find a few Endermen between episodes. But we'll come back next time and see how lucky I get. For now... Devil20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time and play more Enigmatica 6. Alright, guys. Take it easy.